as things have flip-flopped, Orbital Chrome actually now having to ban away the power picks instead of just taking them away from themselves because they did have the first pick last game. This time, though, they will take away the Udyr Hecarim from WYO Boomers. Kha'Zix Rel still going to be banned away from the Boomers themselves, but I do like what our casters were saying about the Chad non-building Verdant Barrier. When you are into double AP mid jungle, you just build that one item, and all that burst potential that a Silas and Echo can do, just poof, gone right before your eyes. Didn't even need it this game. Yeah, it's so ridiculously good. It's so gold efficient. Probably, if my math is correct, either second or third highest gold efficient item in the game. But regardless, so WYO Boomers will lock in the Ashe first pick. Worked out. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and I kind of like this because, you know, when you look at the rest of the draft, there wasn't really anything that's like first pick necessary outside of maybe the Hecarim, but it was banned away. Everything else you have an answer to, right? Like the Orianna, yeah, it's a good blind pick, but there's answers. Yeah, Ornn's great because he does a ton of things, but there's answers. So you're really not that concerned about it. So Orbital Chrome, now they know what the Ashe can do. They've seen it once already. They need to come up with the answer to it. So they're going the complete opposite direction from the Senna. They're going for that hyper carry, 80 carry. They're going for the Kai'Sa. What are they going to pair it up with is the question. They have the Lulua available. They have the Tahm Kench. They have the Pantheon. They just have a lot of supports available, and they pick Victor.
Yeah, just grabbing away a power pick in the mid lane, maybe Orbital Chrome. Thinking that one could be a pick that they just need to get off the board, right? They don't want to give it away to WYO Boomers, and is a relatively safe blind pick. You're just going to stand behind your wave, throw your death ray beams, and sort of just farm up until the late game. But this is one of the few champions that can punish one of those spacey-esque mages, a Yone, especially post 6. That Soul Unbound can do so much extra damage as WYO Boomers. Ooh, this is a pick to stop the hyper carry. It's Vi.
They're memeing. They're so memeing. I was just gonna say, like, oh, they picked the Victor. Like, there's no reason you can't just pick the Orianna again, go for another hard engaged tanky jungler, and just run it back and do the exact same thing you just did. And they went Yone Vi. That is a lot of damage potential, and they're gonna kill Kai'Sa. Like, there is zero chance that they survive. None. Negative. They're just gonna explode, even if they go shield bow, which is great, but it's just not enough. And so the damage apparently wasn't enough already, and we're gonna have Orbital Chrome pick up a Rengar, which I have not seen competitively.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to the last time I've seen it too.
I've seen it in solo queue. It's great.
Yeah, solo queue. You just sit in a bush and wait for your laner to face check, and it feels pretty good. But WYO Boomers should be wise to the none here. I am really curious where Rengar is going to go, though. Could it be jungle? I mean, probably jungle, right? I mean, okay, now it's jungle, right? It's the only other option to be top lane, but with the Gnar picked up for Orbital Chrome, will be the jungle Rengar. Whether it's the Gore Drinker, sort of hop in and out of fights, sustain your way through, or the full just one-shot the Ashe because she has no way to get out and type LOL having fun yet in chat style Rengar with the full lethality. We are yet to find out, but final phase here, Doctor. Orbital Chrome needs something big with this final pick. Kennen locked in for the Boomers.
I'm losing a lot of faith in the Orbital draft so far. You know, as we're seeing, they're falling into comfort picks. Unfortunately, their comfort picks aren't exactly amazing in the meta right now. Victor's good. Victor does have a small little niche where he can be quite competitive. But Rengar, I think even if he kills the Ashe, it's not that big a deal because Ashe just is there for the ultimate, right? Like, she does stuff, but the ultimate's better. So as long as she can use that R key every 45 seconds, 60 seconds or so, Ashe has done her job. It's the Yone, Vi, Kennen that are going to be doing all of the work. And what they're doing here is they're pairing that Ashe up with the Nautilus, and they're just so tunneled onto hard crowd control, onto the enemy carry. It doesn't matter if it's the Kai'Sa, the Rengar, the Victor. They're going to be immobilized for 10 seconds. Maybe even if they're unlucky enough, almost as long as a Morgana binding.
Yeah, and I like what Orbital Chrome have actually done now. They've gone for this full-on dive style composition. The only one that really can't join the fight is the Victor, but it's fine just to go on your own sort of play style. Just throw down the Chaos Storm, let it tick down, do its work, stay very far away from the fight. But I think WYO Boomers have good enough response here in the Kennen, in the Ashe, to stop this dive. It's very clear what Orbital Chrome want to do. They want to go in with the Gnar, follow that up with a Kaisa, send the Galio over top, let the Rengar do his old hopping in and out of playstyle fight with the team dive. But WYO Boomers, once they pop that Slicing Maelstrom, once they hit you with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, you're not going anywhere. You got Yone locking you up with a Fate Sealed. You got Nautilus there with the Depth Charge and Dredge Line. Vise punch you in the face repeatedly, keeping you in place as well. So a lot of CC on the Boomer squad to stop the potential dive coming through from Orbital.
And nobody's going to build tank, realistically. I mean, it is going to explode. Whoever gets hit by crowd control first is just going to pop. And they're just going to be a lot of pick compositions back and forth. You know, Vi is going to build a Dustbreaker, or Dustbringer, excuse me. Rengar is going to build a Dustbringer. You know, Yone going to go Shield Bow, which, again, overtuned on specifically that champion. I do think it's a bit of a problem, and I don't think there is really an answer on Chrome specifically to the Yone. There's a lot of pieces to an answer, right? Like, they have kind of a Master Yi situation on their hand where just CC him forehead comes to mind, and they have crowd control. They really do. They have the Gnar Wallop, they have the Gnar, they have the Idol Durand, like they have the Justice Punch, even they have crowd control. The chances of most of that landing onto Yone are quite slim. And so as soon as that shield bow pops, as soon as that Conqueror procs, they are just unkillable. They're at a point in the meta where they even out heal a lot of grievous wounds most of the time. So specifically, that's a problem. Everything else the Boomers have set up for themselves is coincidentally also a problem for Orbital Chrome. We're going to have to see how the early game shakes out, because if it is anything similar to game one, then yeah, it's going to be a 2-0 Boomers, and it's not really going to be pretty.
Yeah, and I think this game really comes down to priority once again and objectives. Last game, it was really messy. We saw the Shen try to match the global plays with Orbital Chrome, trying to get down there in the bot lane, trying to turn a play around, and it didn't go their way because their champions just aren't meant to fight at that point, right? You have a Senna, you have an Echo. They're never really going to do anything in the early game. This time, they have more early game pressure. They have champions like the Galio, like the Kaisa, the Gnar, and the Rengar who can all come online earlier. But to me, it's not about these early game fights. Yes, if the game gets messy early on, it can always happen. Amateur games can be decided that way, even professionally. But this time, at objectives, keep your eyes peeled for these big team fights. If Orbital Chrome go in, Papa Francesco slicing Maelstrom on 5. I'm calling it now. Everyone's getting caught up. Maybe the Victor isn't in range. But if Boomers then engage under Orbital Chrome, Assisted has to get out of the picture. Derricos has to stay safe. Slashdiv has to stay safe. And then they can pull the re-engage. But Slicing Maelstrom and Enchanted Crystal Arrow are critical cooldowns this game if Orbital Chrome want to pull out a 1-1.
Derricos is the wild card this game. If Derricos pops off, they can carry the game solo as the Rengar. You know, Palm Goat, he's the Ashe. He literally gets one shot a lot of the times by current Rengar builds. Plus, then the Duskblade comes in and you just do it all over again. And so Yone, even through a shield bow, he needs to stay alive for at least one auto plus one Q in order to get back to full HP. So if he gets insta-popped, he's done and dusted. So again, Derricos has to win, has to solo carry this game because his team is not there for him.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, Spectile is counting down once more. You have a little bit more time left in chat to take your predictions if WYO Boomer is going to close this one out 2-0, or if Orbital Chrome can make it a 1-1. And with that, the draft has been locked in, and we have done all we can do to break what happens before the game. But to bring you the action live and to tell you what's going on your screens, Juicebox Guy and DJ will be right back after the break, bringing it to you on Summoner's Rift. You won't want to go anywhere as we are tracking Orbital Chrome throughout the night. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. It is the second game of the WYO Boomers going into Orbital Chrome, but there's still 2 more games for Orbital Chrome to play tonight. And with a for fun draft, I'm ready to see some for fun action. My name is Juicebox Guy. Joining me is the DJ. DJ, how you feeling about these crazy drafts as Derico's already getting some heat put on him?
So for those of you who don't know or are unfamiliar with WYO Boomers, kind of in the name, kind of in the logo, they like to have some fun. They're in it as they're quoted, and I quote, they're in it for the memes. And these are memes. This is a Vi Jungle. That's a meme. This is a Papa Francesco Kennen, which I don't think he has played. I don't think he's played a ranged top laner the entire season. I don't think he plays ranged top laners in solo queue.
That's don't know why he's move.
Yeah, I don't know why he's picking a ranged top laner into an R who's usually decent against ranged top laners. So I think WYO Boomers really having some fun in this game number 2 after they had a very nice showing in game number 1. I don't think the draft from the side of Orbital Chrome is that much fun. I know Derikos likes this Rengar. He's a big assassin jungle player. He plays the Kha'Zix, he plays the Rengar, he plays the Echo, he plays the Evelynn. So this might be comfort for him coming out to try to carry this game number 2. And, you know, I think like Doctor said, there were some issues with the Echo game number 1, but despite all the issues, he had some massive plays on that Echo in game number 1, despite being behind. So I'm excited to see what he can do on this pick, but everywhere else is comfort. /Div Victor is his favorite champion in the entire game. It's his most played. He's absolutely massive on this. He went 17-0-7 on it in a game last week. So you can keep your eyes there. And I think it is a comfort draft once again for the side of Orbital. Whether or not that's meta, we can argue and debate about, of course, but I don't necessarily think it is for fun for them.
No, they're here for blood. They want to win this game, and you can even see it with just how they played the early, like that ward. I don't know if you saw it. It was kind of cute as Gnar takes a little bit of damage there. Derikos literally let /Div finish the ward kill to get that extra little influx of gold and XP to get ready for this laning phase against Trinity. And I just saw that and was like, oh yeah, this is for real.
Yeah, that's the cute little ward there getting ready for that lane as we got some trading in topside. Papa Francesco doing a nice job.
Yeah, Francesco coming in hot. That is very low health. Misses the shuriken, though, and now he's in a pretty awkward situation. However, Rezero with the punch to end all punches. Pops ADC 2021. Lol W. Real good across the chops and drops him.
Yeah, and it's Rezero once again making the first big impact. He did it in game number 1 on the Hecarim, now making it in game number 2, going up to that top side to address the sort of volatile ranged matchup. It can be, or if the two want to fight, it cannot be if they want to just farm, but clearly they wanted to fight there as Papa Francesco is running all the way through the lane. It does result in a positive play for WYO Boomers, and they open up with another first blood.
Really well played by the WYO Boomers, and hey, maybe they came for the memes, but they're staying for the dub. Already got the first blood of the game. Onto the Vi, and Vi is... It's an odd champion to see in a in a competitive game because it's got a lot of very straightforward weaknesses in that you know exactly what the Vi is doing. You don't really know what Birdman's doing, however, as he checks into the brush, puts the ward down, takes a ton of damage, but Nelson's actually on the worst end of this trade so far. Has the ignite, and one more spray of arrows is gonna drop that. Nautilus Derikos has arrived to this bottom side, though. Palmgo has to flash away, and I'm really shocked Palm didn't hold that flash with Rezero here. That could have been a kill, as Derikos and Assisted kind of have to run away now, but I think you could bait that Rengar into jumping on you.
Yeah, I think you could. It would have been something that Palm could have tried, but the heal had already been expended in the initial engage to keep his the Nautilus Birdman there safe. So I do think there was... I do think there was a risk that you kind of get one shot there by the Rengar Q, and then it's harder to turn it around. So just playing it safe was Palm good, but I do agree with you. It could have been a sick outplay, but certainly would have been the riskier option to go for.
Oh, yeah, boring. I want to see some fireworks here as VT Nelson trying to heed my call, but Yone is not the easiest mid laner to gank. I do actually really enjoy the Victor pick into the Yone, though. Yes, it's comfort, but also Yone, if he has any... Oh, man. VT Nelson takes the anchor, and beautiful by Rosero, blocking the Justice Punch. VT Nelson has nowhere to go but the grave. He doesn't have the flash. He has an ignite, but that's not going to get him very far. Trinity trying to grab this one, but Birdman says, he is my opposing laner. He is my kill. Takes that one for himself, and right now Birdman's flying high. Ow. Oh, ultimate for Francesco. This is just going to be a kill. No way you're getting away. Solo kill up on the top side. Papa Francesco says, you can call me daddy.
Okay, there. Juice box, that wasn't the angle I thought we were going to go for, but that was an excellent play by Popeye. I said I didn't think he played the Kennen a lot, but didn't look to miss a beat there. A beautiful combo to stun up ADC on the Gnar. He's got him in mini Gnar, pops the ulti, has the experience lead from the initial kill that came through for Rosero, and takes absolutely full advantage of it. Lovely stuff coming out from Papa Francesco there in the top lane. Once again, giving his blessing of death onto the enemy top laner.
Yeah, Gnar accepted that one with open arms. Once you're behind in XP against something like a Kennen, you basically gotta play back until you get your ultimate, right? Like, you're gonna lose that every single time. So ADC 2021 trying his best to get cheeky here, trying his best to make something groovy happen for the squad, and it didn't happen that time. So far, 4-0 on the kill count, and I'd say it's already looking kind of bleak. I mean, it's only 2,000 gold lead so far for WYO Boomers, but we already saw what they could do with an early advantage, and they got one back pretty quick.
Yeah, they did get it back pretty quick, but yeah, I mean, okay, hold on here. Francesco maybe in a little bit of trouble.
Red buff doing so much work, and the slow, but that's going to be about the end of that one. Now, chunking out Papa Francesco is going to be a pretty big win. Oh, and stopping the back is an even bigger win, because he's going to actually miss out on a good wave, maybe a little bit more. Slash Div taking a bit of damage, but not too bad. Although I think Nelson's dead once again, and sure, it's in his name, but taking the full Nelson is just disgusting. It's very unfortunate for the guy. He's not having a good time. 3 deaths already recorded.
Yeah, 3 deaths, and taking full advantage of the flashless Galio, who only has that one predictable escape. But in the meantime, Derricos did go in the top lane and get the first kill of the game for Orbital, taking down Papa Francesco, maybe just sticking around a little too long and handing over some of his papal charity to the Rengar on the enemy team. We talked about Derricos wanting to play these assassin junglers, wanting to take over the game, and as far as they are behind, this Rengar, not necessarily. He's ahead on CS. He now has the kill. And like we've been talking about, we all know what a fed Rengar can do, but Slash Div in some trouble.
Yeah, we know what a fed Rengar can do, but we know Slash Div can't do nothing against the combined forces of Rosero and Trinity, just slaughtering the poor man in the mid lane. And he is going to join his friends in the top and bottom side of the map in the death count.
Hold on here. Is this a dive angle coming? Derricos going to be in some trouble. Should just be able to walk this one out, but I don't know if ADC can.
No, ADC's just kind of chilling under a tower for the time being, so it's going to be tough to get onto the Gnar. He has half the rage bar, and he's not too far away from that Mega, so he should be able to be fairly decent in terms of stopping a dive or even turning a dive, even at the 0 and 2. I mean, just the raw stats on that Gnar will be trouble for basically anybody trying to dive the little, I don't know if it's a Yordle, the little jungle creature. So he's gonna be looking kind of dandy, at least for the moment. And even though he is down 2 deaths, he's been doing a very decent job of keeping up in farm for how far back he is.
Yeah, the classic Gnar. He's oh, hold on here. Another
ultimate onto Nelson. The poor man already got 3 deaths. Derricos, though, wants to get Palm Goat, and Palm Goat actually he manages to grab the kill. Teleport channeling Trinity has arrived. Derikos, you can go by. Assisted can do nothing but hide in the brush and watch as his kitty cat friend gets killed without mercy. Now they do have slash div down here. That's gonna be decent. They should at least be able to hold the tower here, but I don't think they can turn it. They just don't have the stats. In Palm Goat, the guy we've been talking about so much, up 4-0-1, and that one he made look easy.
Yeah, he's just a monster once again on this Ashe, just smurfing every fight. I do have a bit of I thought that was a bit of questionable decision-making from Derikos. He did just want to get a kill and then try to jump on the enemy.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Not again, VT Nelson. He's seen more gray than he's seen color this game, and he's about to die again. Rangers Folk is going to finish that off, and Assisted is getting way too used to spectating his support dying slash div in the mid lane, going to be doing the same. 2 deaths now for the mid laner, 5 for the support, and Derikos does not want to follow the suit. 2-1-0, doing well for himself game, but I don't know, man. When you're already down 8 kills in a game, what's a poor Rengar to do?
Yeah, it's a 5k gold lead at 12 minutes. It's way worse than it was the last game, Juicebox. And poor VT Nelson. This man is just getting abused on this Galio. He's probably gonna take over leading in the desperate game category from Array after this one, I feel like, because I don't think he's done dying if this game is gonna continue the way it's going.
Hopefully it doesn't, or VT will stand for very tilted for the poor guy. But here is your play. They're looking for it. Ultimate's gonna stop and clean that wave. Really nice. Oh, Nar, why are you absorbing it? You just got killed for no reason. Takes 2 tower shots, and he has joined the blissful end that he was looking for. They got some tower plates.
Yeah, they got tower floor.
They got going for him.
On to Derikos. That's about it. Because Papa Francesco might be on a team, might be a boomer, a self-proclaimed boomer too, but he's showing he's still got some hands on this Kennen, and he has given hands to ADC, who just cannot do anything in this lane, joining his support in the high deaths category now with 3 on that 0-3-0 Nard. It's just brutal. I mean, this is worse than game 1. It was a pretty valiant effort from Chrome in game number 1. They had some good plays. They team fought fairly well, but they are just getting smacked in every single lane in this game right now.
It's so bad, and you know, side Pongo 4-0-2. Even the support is got as many kills as Rengar. That's just disaster. You know, jungle, sure, he's got the kill advantage, but that's about it. That's the only bright spot in the top lane. Papa is sitting now a decent margin of CS. Derikos hoping they can get something going, and that is the epitome of desperation that we just saw, ulting on a Kennen, because that's about the only option you have left. There's the Maelstrom, and oh, Papa Francesco says ADC 2021, I am your father. Drops him once more. It is just, it's getting, kids, avert your eyes.
Bow down to the priest in the top lane. Papa Francesco absolutely putting on a clinic for all of his followers out there, just destroying them in the 2v1. He gets the ulti time right. He flashes away at the right time. None of the cues are missing. This man is absolutely smurfing it right now.
Yeah, these shurikens currently have magnets that are attracted to Anar, and it doesn't matter where they're thrown, they're hitting the poor guy. They're slaughtering him up, and run, Nelson! Get out! Get out! Okay, here it is. This could be the big play that we're looking for. 2021 has arrived. Deriko's gonna grab the 3rd kill of the game for himself and his team.
Oh, Yona's got the flank angle. Trinity
with the fate seals the fates, grabs up 2, and everyone cries boo-hoo. Trinity rocking out, looking so clean. And honestly, he just call this guy Neo, because he's teaching them that they are in the Matrix and it is his playing field. Trinity, no more. It is just getting bad. And Derrickos, you are 3 levels down, sir. This is a bad idea. And VT Nelson. Oh, they got the flash.
Oh, VT's dead again, I think. Oh, he dodged it.
Oh, he's out. He's out. He's good to go.
Ooh, breath of fresh air. If that Q lands, honestly, I do think he dies for the 7th time this game, but will just live. And he finally has an assist to his name because Derrickos has that Duskblade of Drakthar and absolutely blew up Rosero, who did go damage with the Trinity Force. So finally another kill on the board, but it's just WYO boomers everywhere. I mean, the gold lead is just monstrous. It's 7K right now. And there's just leads for every laner. I don't know what they're going to try to do here. Pongo's just going to flash away from this.
Oh, VT Nelson already chunked down to about a 3rd health. And when you're playing a support that's supposed to be somewhat tanky and you can't get anywhere with it, it is just really hard. It is really hard to play the game. Galio is a great support when he's ahead, and that's about it.
Yeah, this poor man on the Galio. I hope it's not too many more times, but we still are moving towards the Dragon Soul. There's still 2 to go. It's another Ocean Drake. It's another Ocean map for the poor fellows on Orbital Chrome. That is not the dragon you wanted to see come up when you were already trailing by 8K gold now. And there's still a Baron to take. I mean, it's disastrous. They're trying to steal this one away. They actually might take this. They don't have the positioning. Oh, no.
Oh, it's stolen away by Rosero. Rosero's going in deep. Fate sealed to follow. Slash Div dies, and they actually trade 1-for-1 assisted. Goes face to face with Trinity. Trinity with just a sliver of health. Birdman able to kite away for the Yone for the time being. Derrickos and ADC 2021, they're trying to kill Pomgo and actually come away with a pretty big win there. I do think they lost the... No, they didn't even lose the top tower there. That was just all around a great play for the side of Orbital Chrome, but Rengar has every kill. I mean, none of the love is being shared at the moment, and frankly, I don't think that's a bad idea. Just let Derrickos do his own thing. Everybody else hold on for dear life. Take this Rift Herald. Derrickos has already gotten 1. He's about to grab the 2nd one. But as far as things could go, that was about best case scenario. Of course, Dragon did get stolen, though.
Yeah, I mean, that was best case scenario, and they take advantage of a slow move towards that 3rd Drake from WYO Boomers. They get there first, they say, we're just going to burst this down. If you want it, come and get it, but it forces an overextension from the WYO Boomers comp. Papa Francesco was in top lane without teleport, so they go into the fight a member down, and they lose 3. All of them onto the Rengar, who, let's be honest, at this point, has to be the carry. So yeah. I think the gold is exactly where you want it to be. He's now 1,000, almost 2,000 gold ahead of Rosero in the jungle. And pretty soon, he's just going to be able to one-shot any member of WYO Boomers as they go into a fight. And that is a good way to try to equalize the gold disadvantage. If you can just obliterate a singular member of the enemy team at the start of the fight, you give your team a chance to clean it up in a 5v4.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And right now, he has the 2nd most gold in the game, just behind the Ashe for the time being. He's even ahead of the Yone. And that just really speaks a lot to how much this guy has got done. Now, funny situation, true situation. If ADC 2021 hadn't died up in the top lane when he did, he would have split Nargold, and that would just disrespecting the heck out of everybody. But there's a slicing maelstrom, and big shutdown going on to Rosero. VT Nelson gonna go down for the 7th time in the game. Oh, DJ, make it stop. They are. Right now. It feels like they have a trash bag, and they're just fluffing it. You know, when you like fluff it, and you're about to, you know, put it in the bin.
And then take it out.
And then take it out. That's kind of what's going on right now. Now the middle inhib tower is under duress, and nobody's here to stop it.
Yeah, so did Pomgo just sacrifice his life to bait in the entire enemy team? Because that's kind of what it looked like to me. As Papa Francesco landed a 4-man ulti there, almost making Necrox's prediction come true. You only needed Slash Div to be in that radius to get that 5-man ulti that our our member on the analyst desk predicted there. But unfortunately, we'll only get the 4. It's another one team fight for WYO Boomers, and they kind of restore order in this game after dropping that fight around the 3rd Drake. They will be looking for the Baron if they do win another one, as it has just spawned on the Summoner's Rift. And yeah, they're just going to kill this Rift Herald. Is that going to get a charge?
Yeah,
okay,
it did get a charge. Look at that. Hey, something coming up, Chrome. That's I mean, it's not by any means like a life, but hey, if they ever do win another fight, then that mid tower is ripe for the taking, assuming they can get the wave in the right spot. But currently, Ocean Soul on the table in 60 seconds. Baron's currently on the table. And frankly, I think if WYO Boomers really wanted to, they could probably force that objective.
Yeah, I think they probably could. It is a bit risky, again, because it is the kind of situation where it's the only real way you can throw in this game. You know, if the Rengar, if Derikos comes in and just pops someone at the beginning of the fight, if you're already taking Baron damage, it could be turned around. So I do think that WYO Boomers want to play this safe, want to move to that objective when they know they have a pick or an advantage. And man, oh man, Juicebox, what a performance from the Boomers today in these 2 games. Even on some of these sort of more memey picks, I really think they were upset at losing to Orbital a couple weeks ago, and they are showing it in this game. The wins in the last match for Orbital came from their mid laner and AD carry, and Palmgoat's been the best AD carry in the league. Trinity was a first team all league last season, and they did. I do not think they were happy about those games, and they are showing it here, showing no mercy to this Orbital Chrome side.
No, not whatsoever. Rengar ultimate is used. He's looking for that big throw of the hump, but Papa Francesco's coming in hot. Slicing Maelstrom. VT Nelson probably just going to get exploded here. Deriko's still waiting for his perfect moment. He's going in. Trinity onto Trinity, but doesn't actually manage to get the kill. Trinity kills him back. And while, yeah, great, you got the Kenny, you still got a whole lot of damage to deal with. It's a 2-for-2 thus far, but Jungler is still alive for the side of the WYO Boomer slash Div chunked out so low. He's got to play this very carefully. Now even lower, ADC 2021 taking some slicing, dicing from, oh my gosh, slash Div just gets killed off to the side. Trinity gonna finish off the Gnar and Rosera. I like how everyone's just like, okay, I got this guy. Okay, I got that guy. Okay, you do your thing, I'm gonna get this guy.
This one's mine. This one's mine. They're picking their targets. They're taking their names. They're writing them down, and they're taking them down along with the Ocean Soul and WYO Boomers moving towards the win in Game 2 and the win in the series. And this has just been an absolute stomp. It was a little bit closer in game number 1 for a while, but you have to say it was WYO Boomers in control, really from the draft on through the rest of that game. And while they were sort of even in draft this time around, they're showing even better on the champions this time around than they did in game number 1. They got the Soul, they got the Baron, and they're looking to finish this one off.
Looking to get the Nexus, and I don't think that there's a whole lot stopping them from doing it. I mean, right now we have an Ashe sitting on 2,500 gold, and, you know, Palm goes just like, all right, but, you know, let me get this wave first. Yeah, just real quick, let me grab this before I back. Now sitting on about 2,600 gold, and, I mean, he just backed and finished an item. I mean, the dude's got fat stacks right now and just dropping them everywhere. Infinity swords to boot, shield bows everywhere. It's just, it's a really violent affair. And right now, like, you know, you really just need to throw an NC-17 rating on this game.
Yeah, a little bit. This is not one you would want to post on a public forum. And as you were mentioning, Palmgoat just objectively, by the actual terms in the phrase, the MVP of this game, most valuable at 11k gold at the moment. And that is almost 3k more than anyone on the side of Orbital Chrome. And love the setup here from the side of WYO Boomers. Look at all the vision in this top jungle as they get this 2-lane push. Papa Francesco looking to take down that top lane turret, while the rest of the team moves into the mid lane to take down this first inhibitor.
Inhibitor is finally starting to get paid some attention. There goes Trinity, and Trinity is right back out. Derikos a little, ooh, worse for wear. Flashes out of the arrow, so that is going to be an alive Derikos, which is better than a dead one. But that is still the flash out of the most important member on the Orbital Chrome lineup. And middle inhibitor's gone. They can't even fight them. They literally just have to sit back and watch as their towers are taken. This is like when you're watching a professional team and you're like, just do something. Eventually, yeah, Chrome is going to have to pull the trigger, and this could be one of the quickest games of the split, depending on how that pulling of the trigger goes.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever going to be for that tier 2 turret, but it may be here at the inhibitor turret. It's either here or at your Nexus turrets, Juicebox. And like you said, you've got to do something at some point. But I mean, look at the items. Kaisa not even on 2 items yet. You don't even have, you just have the bulwark completed. There's not even a item completed on Nelson. Like, what are you supposed to do? Look at the damage that Q did to assisted. Like, it's disgusting how far ahead Boomers are at the moment, as they're just going to take down this inhibitor turret, and that will certainly doom the second inhibitor as well.
Yeah, second inhibitor is just it's a rite of passage, as VT Nelson does take the hook, gets a favorable trade on the Birdman. But unfortunately, there's an Ocean Soul, so unless you immediately follow up that damage, it really doesn't matter. They are backing on wards, though. This could be what they were looking for. Throw of the Hunt used by Derricos. Face Sealed used to run away, but Trinity is on a sliver of health. There's the Nautilus ultimate to follow, and Reserva decides that he wants in. ADC 2021 about to die once again as Derricos is finally finished off. There goes Rengar as well. Assisted, gonna take volley after volley, and he will be dead. Now the Enchanted Crystal Arrow finds a target. VT Nelson just shy of double digits deaths, and that, my friends, will be the end of the line.
Yeah, the last matchup between these two, clearly an anomaly because WYO Boomers came to play and came to win today. What a performance, just dominant in both games, particularly in this game number 2. Some brilliant hands from Papa Francesco in the top lane, but another just clutch performance from the bottom lane. I mean, we talked about Birdman leading the league, 15 assists per game. He's got 16 in this game. He had 17 in last game. It's 8-1-12 for Palm Goat on this Ashen game number 2. Just absolutely smashing Orbital Chrome are the WYO Boomers, and they are going to move themselves higher up the table, contesting for those top 2 slots and a potential playoff bye here, Juicebox Guy. And now Orbital Chrome, after dropping this series 0-2, they're going to need to find a way to turn this one around. Again, we've got them on stream for the next game as well, going up against Lotus, who is a huge contender against them to get into the playoffs. They were sitting at 6 coming into the day. They need a win, at least one out of these 4 games today, to really set themselves up to get into these playoffs.
Yeah, 2 more games to go, but we still need to talk about the 2 games that just happened. And in order to do that, we are going to throw it over to our analysts, and they're going to break this one down for you. So break down the breakdown of Orbital Chrome.